Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery. Thank you for joining us tonight. I see Harry is out there. Thank you, Harry, for hanging out with us. And thank you for commenting, Harry. I was trying to see if the comments were working, and no one was commenting or saying hello. So I couldn't check, but yours came through. So hopefully that means they're coming through. I threw some comments out there, and they seem to be coming through. I don't know. Normally when I start up StreamYard on the desktop and it makes everything work, but it's been a little hit and miss today with the comments I've been doing. So let's see. I do have everything up on the desktop here just in case. So hopefully you'll be able to see the comments over here as they come up. If not, I'll read them out. Susie's there, said hi, good. The comment showed up over here. That's excellent. So how's everyone doing? What's going on out there? We are here in our home office today. It is cold to be broadcasting from the cottage, so we're here. We're staying warm. I have the heater here in the room. Norma is there. Hello, Norma. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I'm not doing the live from the cottage until it warms up a little bit more. It was not too bad out today. It got into like 35 today, which is nice, but still still cold. Too cold to be there for 2 or 3 hours doing the broadcast, not moving around. So I hope you're all doing well. Hey, Anne, thank you for joining us tonight. So tomorrow is normally our 3 p.m. time slot. I will be helping my mom get pellets. We have to get pellets for our wood stoves, for our pellet stoves, for the cottage, and also her house. So we're going to be going tomorrow afternoon to get those and deliver those. So I'm not sure if I'll be back in time for the live at 3 tomorrow. So either Andrew will do the live at 3 or get it started until I get back, or we may do a late night live. Have Andrew start it whenever I'm in pottery, like we have done in the past, and then when I get home, I'll help out. But we've got to get pellets because my mom's running low and we're running low, and we've got to get that done. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. Thursday, we are going to be at Contemporary Craft again, teaching a group of teenagers how to enamel, which will be awesome. We had a really good time the first class. Looking forward to this one. They are inquiring about other classes that Andrew will be teaching there, and what kind of timelines and time frames he'd like to teach in. So hopefully we'll be having some longer term classes there, classes that span multiple weeks, multiple months even, like having a class, kind of a once a week thing, but spans multiple weeks. So that should be fun. Hopefully we'll get that going, but we're still working out details on that. And but tomorrow is definitely the one class, and it should be a good time. We've had fun with the students so far. And we're looking forward to the next one. So that's on Thursday. Friday, I'll be at the shop. Saturday, I've had somebody at the shop request to do a make and take. So I'll be doing a make and take with somebody on Saturday. And yeah, it's almost Christmas, y'all. I have no idea how that has happened. I definitely have not had a chance to get into the spirit of the season yet. Although I kind of was in the spirit of the season earlier, back in November when we had to really start things kind of for it. But yeah, it's been a little hard getting into the spirit right now. I feel like it's just coming up so quickly. It always does this, always kind of sneaks up on me. It never used to do that as a kid. As a kid, I always knew exactly when Christmas was, right? It was waiting for Christmas. It couldn't come fast enough. And now it seems to come here and go by so quickly. But yeah, that's what's happening here right now. Norma says, I just finished making cookies for Cookie Exchange tomorrow. Now I'm trying to figure out what to have for dinner besides cookies. Yeah, we had the dinner dilemma today. Kind of ran out of time for me to run to the supermarket today. I got busy doing things and did not get a chance to run to the supermarket. So Andrew's making a very interesting dinner for us. I don't know what he's making. I don't know how he's doing it. Um, we had some um, kind of coleslaw, like cabbage and slaw dressing in the fridge. And he had started making some bread, at least bread dough, the other day. So he started frying something. I don't know what he's making. It smells delicious so far, but I have no idea what kind of food we are going to have. Andrew says it'll be a surprise. Yeah. So we have like beans, coleslaw, and bread dough in the house. Like there's not even eggs. There's not even there's hardly anything. Of all days for me to run out of time and run up to too close to the live to go to the supermarket. Today was probably not the greatest day to pick, but it's better than tomorrow, I think. So we'll see what he's gonna make. Who knows? Let's see. Harry says we are having steamed hamburger on buns with French fries and green beans, almost ready. Nice. That sounds delicious. Much more stable, maybe is that the word, than what we're going to eat. I don't know what we're having. Who knows? Suzanne is here. Hello, Suzanne. Thank you so much for joining us. Suzanne says, and cinnamon rolls. Our cinnamon rolls are gone. Those were gone a long time ago. So there's no cinnamon rolls. Susie asks, how were the cinnamon rolls? They were delicious. Very, very good. I don't know. I think Andrew, I woke up in the middle of the night smelling this delicious smell coming through the house. And I woke up this morning very interested to see what it was that he made. And there was nothing. So I'm like, did he eat it already without me? Did he make himself a snack? Which is fine, right? Just fine. No, he said it didn't work out. So that so that was I think he was trying to make crackers. So that didn't quite work out. So those were a no-go. Andrew says cinnamon rolls are gone. I do have extra dough though. I made crackers, but they got burnt, he says. So that's what happened to the crackers last night. Marianne is here. Hello, Marianne. Says didn't work out. Sad. I know. I know. Oh, Andrew still ate them? You ate them even though they were burnt? So he did eat them. So he says I do have more cracker dough. He's got more dough for everything. I don't know how many doughs are you making? But I don't know what we're gonna have for dinner. It's gonna be a surprise. We might have crackers and coleslaw. I don't know. I don't know. That's our life sometimes, y'all. That's how she goes sometimes. Suzanne says we had spinach ravioli. Andrew says I don't like to waste. No, he does not like to waste. Even if things are burned and stuff, he does try to eat them. I'm more like, I'm not gonna torture myself. Let's just bin this if it's that bad. But I guess he was able to eat them. So yeah, that is it's been a wild, like been in and out, in and out, in and out. My hair is wild today. I've just been running around. So it's a day. But it's a good day. There's nothing wrong with today. It was a little bit warmer today. I'm happy for that. And it's supposed to stay a little bit warmer throughout the week into the weekend. So it's almost going to be up in the 50s. It's like 49 is a high. I'm like, can you just throw it? Can you just throw it over into 50 so it makes me feel better? But it is going to be at least 49 degrees the next coming days. So that's nice. Marion says, I do eat burnt toast. Do you scrape off the burnt part at least? Or do you just eat it? Those are carcinogens, y'all. They're not very good for you. Harry made 2 small ceramic bowls this morning. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, so life is good. Just trying to keep everything going. we had yesterday was supposed to be our day, the deadline for healthcare and all that. Pennsylvania extended it, it looks like, until the 31st, which is good because I kind of quickly looked at what we had set up and that kind of got renewed. But I was I was taking a shower the other night and I was like, I need to look at this. And then I did my Duolingo and then I did this other app that I do. And then by the time I actually did all that, I forgot to look at the healthcare stuff in depth. So that was a thing. And I woke up this morning and like sat up and was like, shoot, only that's not the word I used. And then I looked and looks like Pennsylvania extended the deadline for the healthcare choosing until the 31st. So got that taken care of, picked out a dental plan again, got that taken care of. And hopefully, at least, we got to make sure everything goes through, but everything seems good. Angela's here. Hello, Angela. It's good to see you here. I feel like we haven't seen you here in a while. Where have you been? Got to check up on y'all when you haven't been around. I hope you're all doing well. Marion says we were supposed to get 4 to 8 inches of snow between 3 a.m. and 5 p.m. tomorrow. We're not supposed to get snow, thankfully, for the at least next like 5 days. We're supposed to get some rain, but no snow, and hopefully it does not freeze. Susan's here. Thank you for joining us. Just heard the plates land on the table. Got to go eat. Have a great evening. You too, Harry. Thanks for joining us. May is here. Hello, May. Thanks for joining us. I haven't seen your name pop up, but I think you were here for Andrew's live the other day. So thank you for joining again. Marianne says, enjoy your dinner, Harry. Yeah, so that's what's happening here. May says healthcare prices are going up for us. Yep, they are for us too. That's the thing, is they renewed our healthcare, and that's why I took a quick look at it, because they renewed everything just like the same plan as before. Of course, the price went up. It's almost double, 2/3 of the way to double, I guess. And everything got renewed. But what I have been told is that you actually have to look at the plans, because even though the plan prices have gone up and they chose the same plan for you, they may have altered the details of the plan. So your prescription drug prices inside the plan may go up, or your your deductibles may have gone up, or the copays may have gone up. Even though it's supposed to be the same plan as last year, a lot of people have noticed that the things within the plan, not only the price went up, but the things within the plan got worse for people. So that's the part I forgot to look at. I looked at it this morning. From what I can remember, ours looks like it's the same, thankfully. From what I can actually remember from our last plan. So, but the price has definitely almost doubled. May says we had to look at the details too. Yeah, that's kind of dirty. Because you assume if you're picking the same plan, it's going to be the same details, right? That's, I think, what most people would think, especially if the price is going up. You would think they're keeping the same details and they were forced to raise the prices because of that. But sometimes they apparently have raised the prices, but also lowered the quality of the plan. Thankfully, that wasn't the case. Just the price went up. I guess it's not actually the price is going up. It's the, it's the break we're getting less, being less. So I guess actually the prices probably didn't go up in the plan. They just look like they went up because we don't get as much of a break as we used to. Yay. So that is what I was working on this morning, trying to go through and look at. That was how I kind of started my morning, because I jumped out and I was like, oh no, I missed the deadline. And then I looked and it was like, oh, thank goodness they extended the deadline. Suzanne says, don't get me started. I know, right? That's how I felt this morning. Marianne says, that's pretty shooty, right? Yeah, it is. It is. A lot of people have gotten notices that or didn't get notices. They just got notices the prices are going up, but they did not get notices that the plans may be completely different from the one they had. Terrible, terrible. Um, so that is what's going on. That's how I started my day. Um, and then I took pictures of it says, yeah, that's the word, right? Um, May says, I agree, Marianne. So I took pictures of Andrew's pendants that we did yesterday. I told y'all that I would be putting those in the online store, and I did that. So those are in the online store. If you missed anything from yesterday's live, they were technically from Friday's live. Oh, Nancy says, I meant Normie, don't get me started, right? Yeah. So I took the pictures from yesterday's live, which was actually from Friday's live of Andrew's pendants. Now, Andrew created more pendants. So we have more for y'all. I'm going to show you those today. Some of you may have gotten a preview from Andrew's posts. So if you did, a lot of people were saying they were interested in these pendants on his post. They were asking, are you selling them? Where can I find them? So tonight is the debut of those. I'm going to debut them here, and then probably maybe tomorrow morning, or maybe, well, not Thursday morning because we'll be in Pittsburgh, not Thursday night probably. So Friday. If I don't get them done tomorrow morning before we start our trek for the pellets, then I will be working on them Friday while I'm at the shop. I'll take them to the shop and get them up into the online store then. So that will be, that's that. I'm going to show you those. I have some other things that I picked out from our stash and some things I think we haven't shown you before. A lot of stuff tonight is going to be not super high priced. It's kind of, we're gonna have some crystals. We do have some lampwork glass tonight. I'm trying to remember what all I picked out. I have gemstones, I have lampwork glass, but I tried to keep the prices a little bit lower for tonight, and just have kind of fun with showing some things, and maybe you'll grab a few things that might interest y'all. I also took pictures of my latest pottery pieces, and I posted those in the online store. So those are available now. I made them as a special edition thing. They took a lot of work. There were more steps involved in making these, and I had told everyone before that I wanted them to look like this metallic oil, but I never really talked about why. And I kind of published that today. I had this idea, like I grew up with my dad in the garage. Now I was not really into cars and mechanics when I was young. Maybe I was when I was younger, very young, but as I got older, I kind of stayed away from all that stuff. But I still remember my dad and his brothers had a garage together for quite some time. They were in a few different locations, and I remember as a kid growing up running around that garage, and we would run in the parking lot, and my brother and I would play, or my cousins and I would play, and running through the garage. And then he had a garage at the house, of course, and he would work on things there. And there were certain things that were kind of always around. And, there were these old kind of cans, sometimes the large coffee cans full of bolts and nuts. And I guess you just kept them in a garage because you never knew when you might find one in there that you needed, right? They were already oiled up, ready to go. They were always dirty and oily and kind of covered in gunk, but they were all dumped in these cans. And, they would do oil changes, and they would work on auto body stuff. So, welding was a big thing that they used to do. And I remember they would do these seam lines, and when you would weld them, you would often get these bumpy textures from the welding. I don't know what all that's called, but whatever went in there, whatever. I guess it's not really, I don't know what they call it when you're welding like that. But anyway, when you join the metals, this part that's kind of wavy and bumpy. And it's usually a silvery color. And so, you know, there are all these images that I was trying to put into these vessels. And once I learned kind of about using the slip and slurry on the outside to create these bulbous kind of wavy forms, that kind of was it was a way to get into this idea and really push this idea a little bit. And then I worked with various different kinds of glazes to try to get this metallic. There are 3 or 4 different glazes on each one that I would use to try to get this kind of metallic but grimy textural look, but not be dirty, right? Not be dirty like it was in the garage. Everything we touched in the garage was dirty. We come home filthy, right? Grease all over. But I wanted to kind of reference that when I made these. And so that's what I did. And so I released those today in the online store. They're a little bit more expensive than my other stuff because they are kind of a special edition. I probably will not make anything like that again. Maybe, I don't know. I may make simpler ones down the road. But that was kind of like an experiment and kind of an homage to my dad and his work. And you know, I think that sometimes tradespeople don't get the recognition they deserve, and to kind of take that idea and kind of make it into, you know, an artistic vessel, I thought was something that would be nice. So that's what I did. And says those oily pottery vessels are gorgeous. I didn't see those if you showed them in a video. I did show them very quickly once. I don't remember which video it was, but I did show them quickly once in a video. It was a while ago, and it took me a little while to get pictures of them and get everything posted. They're not easy to get pictures of because they take on the colors of things around them. And so I kept trying to get pictures of them, and I was doing it by a window where there are green curtains, and there was a lot of green showing up in the photos. And I was like, this doesn't really have green in it. There's actually green glaze used in some of them to make the effect that I wanted, but it's not that green. And so the whole thing took a little bit, and I wanted to get just pictures of just the vessels. But if you get one, you will see there are areas of them that will take on other colors and other things. So that's a thing. And they're up on the online store now. Like I said, they are a little bit more, I priced them higher, and I did that on purpose as a special edition because of what they are and the amount of time they took, and just kind of the thought process behind it. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if people like them. So far, people are really liking them, but they are still available. So no one has grabbed any yet. But yeah, I'm really proud of them. I think they came out really well. And so that is great. Other than that, that's what I've been working on that today. I sent out an email about all that, multiple emails today about Andrew's pendants, the first batch to go in the online store. Like I said, we sold a few in there. We have more. We have more still available, and then we're going to show you these ones tonight. So let's go ahead and flip the camera and let's start showing these. It's a little bit early for that generally, but I've got some things to do tonight, maybe. So let's get the show started. All right. All righty. Let's get this up. Let's look. I found the driftwood. The color corrects. You see that color change? So we always talk about how this color corrects things, and I don't think you really notice it until like you put this in here and the blue gets so much bluer. It's so nice. All right. So today oops, I'm like, why is it going sideways? My, okay, what's going on here? Settings, camera, my mirroring is still on. I got to turn off mirroring. There we go. There we go. All right. And now my screen just got really small. Really small. Oh, well. Okay. Let's see here. So today, YNP lots. So this has been scrolling at the bottom the whole time, but in case you're new, if you'd like to purchase from this video, take down the lot number. It's going to be this, YNP1, for example. We'll put a price on here. These are all going to be $22, just like the other ones. There's one of each of these available. Send that lot number to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com. YNP1, $22. And we'll show you that. I'm just going to move this up here. Let's move it over here. Got to keep it in the screen enough that it color corrects, but out of the way so it doesn't take up all of the screen. All right. Let me get my email up because the email on the computer doesn't work. So we're having email issues, lots of email issues. So let me get this up and running. Hopefully this email will work for us today. Oh, things, everybody, things. The first one, YNP1, is this lovely owl right here. These are all made from bronze coins and pendants, not bronze, brass, I believe. These may be different, but the originals were brass pendants that Andrew pressed, made a mold out of, and then pressed the polymer clay into. The polymer clay is then antiqued, given a gold wash, and then sealed, and then it's affixed to these bezels. So these are the bezels. Each one of these, because of that, is about the same. They are the same size. They're about 24.5 millimeters by 32.5 millimeters. So this is YNP1. And even though they're similar, I am going to give each one a different number because each one is a little different depending on how it's pressed out. Andrew also alters them a little bit and sculpts into them a little bit. So this is YNP2. And then YNP3 is going to be this one. So you may like one better than the other. Sometimes details come out differently in each one. So I'll do them real quick again. This is 1. This is 2. And this is 3. Sorry, but I need a drink. Okay. All right. And that is the last one of those kind of owls. There's 4 different designs, 3 of each. So we're going to continue on that path. YNP4. Let's get out the other owl, which is this one. YNP4, $22. Let's just do it like this. YNP6, 22. So here's 5, YNP5. And here's YNP6. 6. And usually, like I said, usually if we have something like this, we'll say this is YMP1, there's 3 of them. But because each one of these can be a little bit different, we're going to list them individually. I will also do that in the online store. We feel that's better than you getting kind of surprised. We never like to do that in the online store. If things are different enough, we don't like to say that there's 3 of something if they are different in some way, unless it's so insignificant. But we like you to see what you're getting. I think that's very important for you to be able to see what you're getting. All right, I'm going to move these up. I know you can't see that, but you'll be able to see these ones. These are the latest ones. And we'll make another set here. Boy, if I could write, my Sharpie is starting to run out of ink. I have to write a little bit harder, and it's like messing up my handwriting. All right. YNP 7, 8, and 9 coming up. These are the snakes. 7, 8, and 9. Again, that's 7, 8, and 9. And I'm going to start putting some of these away because I'm running out of room here on the table. Let me get my bags out. How's everybody doing today? Let me know in the comments. I feel like maybe I'm not getting comments. I don't know. Comments. Hopefully I'm getting comments. I'm not seeing anything come through. Maybe everyone's quiet. Or maybe we've had some commenting glitches. So maybe that's the case too. I don't know. Anybody saying anything out there? Comments have been very strange on StreamYard. Oh, there's Suzanne said, my foot is doing better. Oh, good. That's good. Those little toes, you got to be careful. Thank you, Marianne said comment. So I am getting comments. Thank you. Everybody's just quiet today. Everybody's quiet. The comments, they help. They help a lot. How's everybody like these pendants? Everybody liking the pendants? I like this new batch. You did a good job on these. Marianne says, I tend to run my big toe into things. I'm a little bit what's the word? Clumsy. So I tend to run my toes and my arms and my hands and my head. I hit my head the other day twice, which was not great. It was so cold out that the little we have our little hatchback car, and the pump that holds the window, the door up, the hatchback door up, was too cold apparently, and it would not hold it up. And I didn't realize that. So I lifted the lifted the hatchback thinking, oh, you know, and I just put my head in there like I always do and smacked my head on the car. And then I was unloading the car later and forgot that happened too many times hitting my head, and did it again to myself. So that was not fun. Oops. Suzanne says, love them. The pendants are gorgeous, says Norma. I like the second set of owls, says Marianne. Pendants are very cool, says May. Even the snakes are great, and I'm not a snake person, says Anne. Oh, good. Klutzy. Yes, that's a word for it too. And says Marianne, I also like the second set of owls. Cute legs, right? They got the whole owl body. The whole owl body. We've sold number 9. Thank you so much. I will put that one away. So number 9 has sold. All of the others are still available. All right. 9 away. And then the last one, this is 10. 11 and 12. 10, 11, and 12. 10, 11, and 12. So you don't think comments help, but our numbers go up every time a lot of people comment because it shows us to other people when people are engaged. So we appreciate your comments a lot because it really does help us get seen. Suzanne says, that looks just like an old coin. Excellent. I know, right? They're so cool. Thank you. Yeah, they're very cool. I love these. And I don't know what, like I said, the originals are kind of vintage antique pendants, coins, stuff like that that he used. New take on a beaded bead, right? They're beaded up, all beaded up. All right, let me put these away. Maybe. The bags are not cooperating with me today. All right, so those are Andrew's pendants for the night. And put those away. Leave these two out for a little bit. I don't know if this is, I feel like maybe it's with those pendants, it doesn't need it. Make some more room here. Because for this stuff, we're gonna need more room. All right. Now, let's get into other things we've got for y'all tonight. Like I said, a lot of these things that I've picked out for tonight are not as expensive things. They're just kind of fun things that I found around the studio in our stash, and we're giving you good prices on them, and that's it. That's the deal. This is a beautiful green crystal strand, glass beads, AB finish, faceted rounds. This is an 8mm bead. This is the strand. You get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 beads. 17? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 17 beads. That's a strange number. You get 17 beads on there. Only $3 for the whole strand. 1 strand available. YNP 13. Let me see what this is. Ooh, those are not tied. Let me tie those together. Sorry, everybody. I thought they were tied up. Okay. And these are wow, malachite, reconstituted malachite. They're small little strands. I'm going to do them for $4 each. There are 2 of them available. Reconstituted malachite. And these are also 8mm rounds. Really pretty. And this is the other strand. They are the same length. You're getting 5, 10, 15, looks like 16 beads on there. And that's YNP 14. 2 of them available, $4 each. Let's see. These were 15. They were 18, then they were 15. Let's bring them down to 12. And I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these available. And these are microfaceted serpentine, or yellow turquoise, they also call that. Beautiful stones. Beautiful color. Serpentine, yellow turquoise, you'll see it both. These are about 2.5mm stones. You get 1 strand for $12. And then in here somewhere, let me see. I had, there it is. YNP 16. These are $6 each. There are 2 of them available. We have these serpentine or yellow turquoise coins. And this is a half strand. They are approximately 10.5mm by about 4.5mm thick. And I thought those went really nicely together. They're the same stone. But if you wanted to make something with little spacers or little earrings with a little coin and some faceted rounds, micro-faceted rounds, that'd be really cute. YNP 16, $6 each. Lots of green today. I didn't even realize that, but I pulled a lot of green today. But I also think, like with these pendants, if you got any of these pendants, these colors go really well together because you got a little hint of that brown in there, and it really pulls it out when you combine them with the pendants. Really pretty colors. Okay. Oh, we sold one of the 16s. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. So these are, yeah, these are cabs. So I have 3 cabs. These were 12. I'm going to do them for, let's do them for 10. If maybe right 10, not 12. Wow. I'm like, did hitting my head do something to me? And I've got 3 of these available. Did hitting my head do something? Beautiful cabs. Flat backed. They are approximately 30, right? 30 by 40. Yep, 30 by 40 millimeters. And I'll show you. You'll get one if you order these. You'll get one of the 3. These are the other 2. Very beautiful shell. Stunningly beautiful. 3 of them available. $10 each. YNP 17. All right, let me put some of these away. So we got a few people saying that they wanted to restart up book club, but I don't know if a lot of people, did you recommend any books in the book club group out there? Anybody recommend any books? I was trying to think. Let's see. Let's take a quick look. We had a few people that did recommend some things. And some people were talking about quarterly, every other month. Marianne says there were a few recommendations. Suzanne, I saw yours out there. And it also looked like people were interested in doing bead in the new year. We got quite a few, no one really saying they won't do it. Got quite a few people saying they might be interested or would be interested in doing it, and it helps them. So we're looking at creating a bead in the new year calendar possibly. I'm going to ask, what are some of your favorite prompts for bead in the new year? What have been some of your favorite prompts in the past? And is there anything in bead in the new year you think would be fun to do that we've not done before? Is there a prompt that you think would be fun to try to tackle? See, The Wood at Midwater was one of the recommended books. The Glassmaker, Where the Forest Meets the Stars, Dictionary of Lost Words. I might have Dictionary of Lost Words. I feel like that's a book I bought and haven't read yet. Haunting in the Arctic. Something in the Woods Loves You. 6 Crimson Cranes and The Change. Suzanne says, use an animal in your design. That's a good idea. I like that. Okay. Okay, let's see what's next. right. This was 16. I'm going to do this for 12 tonight. YNP 18 is this opalite, these opalite faceted drops. These are vintage, very good. You can see there's the old price tag, was 16, $12 for y'all. We had some opalite the other night, nobody grabbed it. So I'm gonna try it one more time. Maybe you'll like the drops better. These are about 7.5 millimeters by 11. And it's for, let's see, there's 5, 10, 15, 20 beads on the strand. YNP 18. Very nice quality vintage opalite. Okay, let's do this. $4 for these. YNP 19 are these little glass beads, kind of pillows or cushions. Very pretty. Another green kind of color. In a green mood today. I'm always in a green. These are more of a teal though, right? Sea foam. 11.5 millimeters by approximately 13.5 millimeters. $4, one strand available. Suzanne says, I'm working with green tomorrow. What has you working with green tomorrow? Is there a reason? A specific reason? Or just what you've decided to lay out? Is YMP 19 check glass? I'm not 100% sure on that. I do not believe so. No, that's why the price is lower. It is not check glass. It would be higher price if it were. Okay. This is Howlite. Very nice, kind of designer level Howlite. These faceted rectangles. You get 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. And they were $2.50 per bead. But let's do them. I'm going to do them all for $10. $10 now if you'd like them all. 8 of them for 10, much less than $2.50 a bead. That would be $20, so it's half price. Getting them for half price. Suzanne says malachite and onyx. I thought the green would go with the black for sure. For sure. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see. Sounds like a good combination to me. That's my kind of thing, my style. All right, I'm gonna put these away. YNP 15. That's the serpentine or yellow turquoise, call that. And also these. Got one of those left, YNP 16, $6. Marion says marble-like. They do look like marble, right? Beautiful highlight. I've never seen highlight done so well. Like it's just so beautiful. Let's put YMP 17 away. Move these up. Okay. I got some lampwork beads that I thought maybe people would like. YNP 21. Some people's ears probably perk up at the word lampwork. I know we have some lampwork people who love these beads. These are really beautiful beads in this pale, again, green and purple. Green tonight, I had lots of kind of amethyst and purples the last few lives. But just a beautiful set. You get 2 of the smooth rondelles. You got the purple with kind of the green bubbles through them. And then you have the green with the pink flowers. And again, the purple there. So you get all 4 of those beads for $14, YNP 21. YNP 22 was 22, now 18. Are these lampwork beads? Marian says just a tad too pink. Well, these have, well, I guess they might have a little bit of pink in them on the edges of those flowers, right? You got the flowers with the kind of vine going through. These are super beautiful. You get the 5 lentil shaped beads, and these are approximately 20 millimeters, and that's $18 for the set of 5. Really pretty lampwork glass. And then, let's see, this one was 24. I'll bring it down to 18 for tonight. YNP 23 is this one. Was 24, now 18. YNP 23. Lampwork glass. Look at those colors. Love those colors. You got the purples and the ambers and the blues. Super pretty. This one is approximately 36 millimeters by 33 and a half. One of those available, YNP 23. And then let's see here. This was 45. I will bring it down to 32. This is one of these nice strands that are done on sterling. So we have a sterling toggle or lobster claw. You can see the 925 maybe. If I can get it focused. 925 right there. And chain. And then these are graduated smooth rondelles in amethyst. Really nice quality amethyst. And they graduate from approximately 4.5 millimeters up to the biggest, which is about 7 millimeters. 7.5, 7 to 7.5. One strand left of those. $45 down to $32 for that strand. Put some of these away. $19. We just sold 21. Thank you so much. Put that one away too. 20 away. Okay, we move these up. Color NP25. Okay, these are a little bit more. These were 60. Bring them down to 45. And these are black spinel necklaces. Again, these are the ones in the sterling. And they're a twisted 3 strands. So you can see the 3 strand of microfaceted black spinel done up on sterling toggle and chain. Really pretty. Beautiful black spinel. Together, they're about 4.5 millimeters. But each one of these is about a 2 millimeter faceted round. Really luxe. Love that black spinel flash or shine. Andrew says, I hope I didn't burn the dinner, LOL. Maybe a sheets night. Oh boy. Come on, everyone. Buy a few more things so we can afford sheets tonight. It sounds like dinner's getting dangerous down there. Oh my. YNP 25. YNP 26. These were 18. I'll do them 15 tonight. Let me see how many of these ones I've got. Got 2 of these. These are a light gray labradorite, microfaceted round. Marianne says you do need to pay some attention while cooking, right? So this is a light gray microfaceted labradorite round, and you can still see some beautiful flash happening, even as small as these are. But really nice quality labradorite. It's got that blue flash. These are 3mm microfaceted rounds. I've only got 2 strands of those available, YNP 26. We're on a little bit of a labradorite kick here. Let me see if I can get these out of here. Ooh, got twisted up. All right. All right. We've got a number of these. Suzanne says, I can't read a book while cooking. Oh boy. No, don't read a book while cooking. Mark these at 50 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. About 16 of these. Got a number of these available. Look at these little labradorites. Look at the flash in those. Microfaceted rounds again. But just really pretty. Beautiful for that winter jewelry. I hope the flashes are coming through on your end. Super pretty microfaceted rounds, $12 a strand. And they are approximately 2mm beads. Yeah, 2mm faceted rounds in labradorite. All right, let me put some of these away. Yeah, I can't do much else while cooking, to be 100% honest, because my brain does not allow me to do too many things at once sometimes. It's kind of sad. But yeah, that's... Oh, my comments stopped working. So I just saw over here, amazing flash, says Marianne. And Norma says, sometimes I read if I have to stand and continually stir something for a while. That makes sense. As long as you just have like one thing going on, right? Standing, stirring, that's okay. Unless you start reading and then forget to start, like your brain shuts off and you forget to stir. Things like that have happened to me. Put this amethyst away. I really think these, honestly, if you restrung these together, I think that would be really pretty with those spacers in between. May says, I'm cooking too and popping in and out of the live, trying to keep an eye on the stove and the lovely bead. So we appreciate it. Really, really do. Trying to, wish we could figure out a time. I know a lot of you are cooking and doing things around this time. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's hard to find a time when people aren't doing something, right? Afternoons, a lot of people are still working. Evenings, people are cooking, getting ready for bed. It's always difficult to try to figure out a time to do things. Let's see here. These are also, I'm just going to say multiples of these because I'm not counting them all. I do have a number of these. Come on. Untangle yourselves. These are a coated labradorite. So extra flash. Beautiful. Again, that winter jewelry if you're making stuff. Really pretty. That's like when the snow is laying and there's that little ice, those ice crystals on top of the snow. You get a little bit of the blue from the sky reflecting in them, and it just shimmers across the landscape. I love it. Beautiful labradorite, coated labradorite, 2mm faceted rounds. Faceted rondelles, actually. Faceted rondelles. And that's YNP 28. Marianne says, on the days I don't work, my meals are usually over for the day before the 5:30 live. May says, thank goodness for replays. We appreciate that when y'all replay. And I've got one last grouping of labradorite for y'all. This is a darker labradorite. Let's see here. Slightly darker in color. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, looks like 7 strands of those. They were 18. Again, we'll bring them down to 15 for you. YNP 29. Slightly darker in color, but beautiful blues shining through, a little bit of that also yellow in there that you'll see in labradorite, the yellow flash. And these are 2.5mm. 2.5mm. So a little lighter than these. A little more. These are a little bit more gray. These have a little bit more almost brown in them. These go lighter even then, and then super light here, the colorway. Andrew says, pot stickers are always tricky for me. Oh, you tried to make pot stickers. Some of the dinner got a little toasty. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm trying to read comments over on the thing because now the comments decided to stop working. Let me see if I missed anybody's comments. It was only showing me a few at a time. Suzanne says toasty warm. All right. So one of the 28s, thank you so much. YNP 30. These are super popular when we put them out generally. I only got one of this one left. These are $15. And these are these little shell beads. And they're pendants, so the holes at the top. Beautiful abalone shell. Formed together, very smooth to make these beautiful pendants. Got this one left, YNP 30. And let me put some of these away, and we're going to go to 40 today. And let's see. Move these up. You could tell we like this Labrador, right? You bought like hanks of it. It's so pretty. Andrew says, I don't think you want to eat this cold. Andrew says, are you sure you don't want to go to 30? I don't think you got the timing wrong. Okay, I'll stop at 30 then. Andrew's like, better eat now. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go eat now. So thank y'all for hanging out with us. I'm gonna go grab some food, and we appreciate all of your support. And we will see you back here tomorrow at some time. Like I said, I have to go get pellets with my mom tomorrow afternoon, so we may do the live late at night again, or Andrew may do it during the afternoon. So stay tuned. All right. It's always an adventure on Wednesdays, I feel like. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have an amazing evening, and we'll see you back here tomorrow sometime. Bye, everybody.